Hey, Kendall, I think that was a pretty good show. What do you think?
I thought it was pretty great, but did you notice anything at all?
You mean with what part? With like the Rodeo Queen contestants?
Yes, that part specifically.
Was the lighting not good? Hang on a second. Let me check it. What went wrong? Let's see.
Greg is a big dork. グレッグは大きなおバカです。
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's edition of Houston County News. My name is Messenger Reporter Greg Ritchie, and don't call me anything but Greg Ritchie. Not even online. Although online, Kendall Hickson, it gets a little salty sometimes, I'll tell you right now. Look at you. How have you been? We haven't seen you in, it feels like years.
I know it has been a hot minute.
Now well, first of all, let me stop that. Mm-hmm. Happy Easter, by the way.
Oh, yes. Happy Easter to you, too.
And check out the newspaper. We've actually got some pretty nice Easter stuff in there for you. And I love the eggs and the bunnies, but there's actually a big, deeper reason to this holiday that we certainly hope people don't forget. You're just like busier than a one-legged reporter in Houston County.
It's just, there's been a lot going on.
I know you're Ambassador Fair all last week.
Yes, sir.
And I know how much you enjoy that, but I know that's long hours. And you're going to be back in a minute with a certain accessory you're not wearing now.
Yes.
To interview about something else going on.
Yes, I'm so excited.
When do you sleep?
I don't know anymore.
Well, Kendall, I think you're going to enjoy this week's show. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up for you. We are going to have a little Easter message for you. Also, a young lady from Ukraine has spent all of this year going to Crockett High. I thought it might be fun if she stops by later and we talk to her a little bit. Yes, we're still investigating the vote buying scandal. We're going to go into that here in a minute as well. Also, we're going to talk to all the young ladies running for the Crockett Lions Club Rodeo Queen. My phone just fell. That wasn't the building falling. We've got that. And, hey, we've got a new sponsor on the show this week. I'm so excited to have them, our good friends down at Davy Crockett Grill. Thank y'all so much. We got the whole team together. We had such a fun time making a little commercial, and we thought we'd start the show out with that and more coming up right after this. At Davy Crockett Grill, food isn't just what we serve. It's our passion. From pizza and catfish to pulled pork, burgers and steaks, and those free pork cracklings to snack on. This is home-style cooking done right.
Come see us at Davy Crockett Grill.
For comfort you can taste.
You know, Peyton, I'm pretty proud of the work we do here on the podcast and how many people tune in each week.
I agree, Kendall. It's a great way to see what's going on around Houston County and hear from people in the news.
It can also be a great way for your business to be seen by thousands of people right here. People who can be your customers.
Exactly. We create a custom-made video commercial for your business, something unique in East Texas. Then you decide when to run it. Every week, once a month, whatever works best for your business.
So if it's your first time to see us, welcome. You are joining thousands of others here, enjoying seeing everything from news to interviews to everything else going around us.
So reach out, send us a message or an email, and let's get your business talking to your neighbors too, right here on Houston County News.
Well, folks, if you get a chance to see today's newspaper, I do have a little story on there, sort of expanding a little bit on the reporting that we've done on alleged vote buying in the city of Crockett. Now, some news on that. We talked to Houston County Sheriff Zach Benge. We talked to Houston County Election Administrator Cindy Lum, whose husband, Lonnie Lum, longtime lieutenant at Crockett Police Department, passed away sadly this week. I did not know him well, but I know very well a lot of people that knew him well. And I just, you never heard a bad word. What a gentleman, and really somebody that loved this place. So prayers for the family, and we're going to miss him a lot around here. But the sheriff and Miss Lum both told me the same thing. Yes, we've heard some of those rumors, allegations. No one has come forward to say, here's the proof. Now, that could mean that these allegations are 100% false. And from the very beginning, I've said until there's any kind of evidence or proof, there's no evidence or proof. I think that made sense. So I'm not saying that, there's anything being hidden here or anything. The county officials are very openly saying, if you have proof of this, come forward. Now, why is there no proof? Maybe it's not happening. Maybe it's one of the things that snitches get stitches. The phrase I learned recently. I don't really understand what it means, but it makes me sound cool. These are the kind of things that we are trying to look into and figure out. Now, having said that, we also understood there are some allegations about some irregularities in absentee voting, in absentee ballots, I should say. We're not sure what's going on with that. We have sent in a public request for information to the Elections Administration to get those records from a couple years ago, and we're going to have a look at them and just kind of see what's going on. These are, again, completely unfounded allegations, no proof of them yet, but I don't know. We'll see what they come to. Well, folks, we want to thank our friends at Darling Ingredients, who are sponsoring this year all of our great local ag programs, our Houston County Fair programs involving youth, and, of course, the upcoming Crockett Lions Club Rodeo, where a new queen will be crowned and take the big ride around the arena. And this week we thought it'd be fun to get some of those young ladies in here and have you meet them for yourself. Now, the first young lady, let me see here. I'm trying to see if I can... Kendall?
Yes.
Kendall Hickson. Anyway, you look lovely, by the way.
Thank you.
Sponsored by Callaway Alley.
Yes, sir.
Now, is this your first time being a candidate for Rodeo Queen?
It is my first time, but I got to watch Taylor run for it, so I was
Older
there.
sister last year.
Yes, my older sister. So I got to watch her run for it last year, and it was so awesome because I was kind of there for like all the events, got to really connect with everybody. So I basically know everyone from last year, so that was so awesome.
Well, I know a couple of young ladies ran last year. They're running again. Well, how's it been, though, actually? I mean, it's one thing to watch, but it's another thing to be a contestant. And I know there's a lot that you young ladies have to do.
Yes, sir. So it's definitely a whole nother level whenever you're actually competing for it, because there's a lot of like little competitions and side things that are, I guess, you don't really hear about at the nights of the rodeo because you think it's just like the little runarounds. Because I know that's what I thought it was, just like, right. Oh, you just get judged of how fast you run if you hold on. So,
a bit more than that, isn't it?
Yes, sir, but it's
what's
awesome.
it like to work with this group of young ladies? How's everybody getting along?
Everyone is so awesome. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know everyone because I can just tell they're going to be my long-term friends forever. So,
isn't there a speech that you have to do at some point?
Yes, there
How's
is
the
a speech
going.
So the speech is going great. I have just made mine, so I'm trying to get it all memorized or whatever if I can do that. So I'm super excited to do it. And they asked like what our topic was as to why would we be a good rodeo queen, or why we think we would be eligible for the role. And so that's what I have written mine on about. So,
well, why do you think you'd be a good rodeo queen? Not the full speech, just...
Yes, sir. I think I would be a good rodeo queen because I got to watch Caroline Hackler, who is my mom's best friend's daughter. And I have been with her.
Very well, sure.
I was with her like my entire life, so I got to watch her. And then I got to watch her pass it down to Taylor, my older sister. And then I just thought the legacy of it and just the grace and the beauty of it is so amazing. So I would love to be able to step into those footprints that they have already set and to honor the example that they have set. So I would love to try to do that.
Last question. If they do announce your name, What do you think your reaction's going to be? Are you going to cry or scream or?
I think I will be so excited. It would be like overwhelming and exciting. I think I might tear up a little bit.
Well, let's meet our next rodeo queen contestant here for the Crockett Lions Club Rodeo, and that's Miss Edie Dugger. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, young lady?
Well, I'm a freshman at Latexo. I'm 15 years old, and I just started doing Rodeo Queen. I'm involved in, Beta Club, student council. I'm class president. I do living literature for Beta. I'm in Health Science Club. I also do tennis. So, yeah, I've been pretty busy. I also ride outside of school, and I do horse shows and all of that. So.
Well, I'm going to tell a secret on you because I have a little information. Edie was actually in one of my classes last year.
Yes.
And like the perfect student, total achiever. And I didn't remember when we talked about maybe you might run to be a rodeo queen sometime. Now, a lot of these girls are older. They're juniors, they're seniors. How's it been to be a freshman? Are you fitting in? Everybody getting along okay?
Yes, I don't think it doesn't affect me that I'm the youngest or anything, because I feel like we all fit in with each other pretty well.
Yeah. Now, there's a lot of things that go into this. Running for rodeo queen, you've got the riding part, which I think you're pretty confident in.
Yes.
You got to make a big speech. So I guess I'll ask you a little bit about that speech. Why do you think you'd be the best rodeo queen?
I think I'd be the best rodeo queen because I want to represent Crockett well and just be a good, mentor for younger children and just represent Crockett and, show what a rodeo queen should look like with all of the perspectives and all that.
Well, what would you say to a young lady younger than you watching this, thinking, "Oh, I could never do that. Oh, I don't have the guts to sign up for something like that." What would you say?
I would say just to be confident and know that you can do anything you set your mind to.
Plans after high school? Have you thought about what you want to do someday?
I either want to be an equine vet or be some type of nurse in the hospital.
Last question. If they do announce your name, what do you think your reaction's going to be? Are you going to cry or scream or?
I'm just going to be pretty much in shock, and I might cry a little bit.
Just a little.
Just because being excited and all that.
Well, folks, our next rodeo queen candidate we want to meet this week is Miss Shelby Smith. Shelby, thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Now, tell us a little about yourself.
I am a 17-year-old homeschooled junior from Lady, Texas. I do a lot of things. I rodeo, I barrel race, pole bend, goat tie. I own my own business. I have a little boutique. I just started working welding permanent jewelry for another lady, so everything jewelry. And then I show animals. I show in Houston County. I show a pig. I mean, I could go on forever, but I think that's my tops.
That's the main stuff.
Yes, sir.
Well, why exactly? Because I know it's a lot of work. There's the writing and the speech and all the stuff you have to do to be a rodeo queen. Why did you decide to throw your hat in the ring again this year and go, I'm doing it again?
Well, it's just fun to do, and you meet a lot of new people, and I like being out in the community and knowing, because this is where I live, and I want to know who my neighbors are.
Amen to that. Well, you give us a little preview of your speech, maybe. Why do you think you should be the next rodeo queen?
Because I think that our rodeo queen should be someone who can hold their head high when times aren't good, and someone who knows how to present themselves well and help out others and just be a responsible leader. And I think I'd be pretty good at it.
Plans after high school? Have you thought about what you want to do?
I do. I have some big
I
plans.
knew you would somehow.
So I am going to try to graduate early next year.
Okay.
I'm hoping I can. And then I'm going to go to trade school for welding. I want to go out of town and weld for a couple years, take that money and go to hair school. So then I can go out of town and weld and then come home on my breaks in between every couple months, and I'll retouch up my clients' hair. And eventually I want to own my own salon, put my boutique in it, hire girls to work the hair salon. I'll go weld, so I'll be getting paid even when I'm sleeping.
So you've got this all figured out.
I do.
So I could call you to Shelby, could you come over, little trim on the sides, and that ductwork is leaking, get a bead going on.
That's what I'll do.
If they do announce your name and you win, what do you think your reaction is going to be? You going to cry?
I'm gonna cry.
For sure.
It'll be very sentimental for me because everything I do, it's kind of my grandpa that like taught me and showed it to me, and I had the pleasure of running his horse again. And like today, I'm wearing one of his buckles just because that's my best friend. And I think she's starting to slow down. She's getting a little bit older, the horse is, not my grandpa. He's not slowing down anytime soon. But I think this might be my last year with her, and I really want to make it special.
Well, my name's Emily Henderson. I'm a homeschooling senior and am attending East Texas Baptist University in the fall to pursue a degree in nursing. This year I showed chickens for the Houston County Fair, which I've been doing for quite a few years. I like participating in children's ministry at my church, especially the Awanas program, which I have been volunteering at since, I believe, 7th grade, because that's when I aged out. I like riding horses and working with them.
You love horses. I remember last year.
Yes.
You don't just like horses. You love them, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, tell me, I remember you did this last year.
Yes.
What got you motivated to do this again and be a rodeo queen candidate?
I figured since last year I did fairly well. I thought it's my senior year. I know majority of the people doing it again, and it was knowing it now. It takes a lot of stress that I had last year trying to figure everything out, piece together what I was missing. This year I can focus more on improving my skills. I'm actually training the horse that I'm hoping to use as I go. So that's interesting, and I get to be with all the amazing ladies with me and grow those friendships, hopefully to something that will last through the summer and through college.
Yeah, it's always a great group of young ladies. Well, you give us a little preview of your speech, maybe. Why do you think you should be the next rodeo queen?
Well, I understand what it's like, especially because I know there are a lot of kids, people who want to get involved with whether it's the equine world, fair, agriculture, or just others, but don't have those opportunities. I know what it's like to have to pursue them, actively scour the internet, find people who will be willing to talk about it, and find those opportunities. And I feel like I can be a good representative of both the Lions Club and be an example for those that it is possible to find those opportunities, get involved. You just have to be diligent in it. And I also understand the importance of the responsibility that comes with it due to many years of community service and taking care of my siblings, doing animals. I understand it.
I know you're a hard worker. I've seen it before. Last question. If they do announce your name as the winner, what do you think? Are you going to cry? Are you going to scream? Are you going to pass out? How do you think you're going to react?
I'll probably get really shaky when I get excited, nervous, shocked. My heart rate races, and I start going like this. So it's going to be a challenge if my name does get called to get on and off that horse.
Well, don't spook the horse because you've still got to, make
That'll
it
be very
Happy
interesting.
Easter. Thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, folks, last but not least, we certainly want to say good morning to Heather Bishop, and she's one of 3 ladies on the actual Rodeo Queen Committee. Happy Easter. Thanks for coming out this morning.
Happy Easter to you as well.
So we got a chance to talk to the young ladies, the candidates. They're all so amazing.
They
I
are.
feel for the judges. I don't know how.
Do not envy them at all.
No. You're not alone on this committee, and you all
I
been
am
doing
not.
this. This is not your first rodeo, as they say.
It is not. This is our 4th year in doing it, and I have Ashley Solis and Kaylee Walker as my my pair.
Well, y'all do an amazing job. This is such a big deal. And not just to those of us in the crowd that enjoy the ceremony, but to these young ladies.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of work and planning and thinking and strategizing the ride and the speech and
Yes.
what do you think makes this just so awesome and special?
Honestly, everything about it. Of course, you don't see everything that goes in behind the scenes.
A lot of work. I know that.
A lot of work, but it is all worth it in the end. They put so much into their speeches, and the horsemanship actually starts around February. We do weekly practices up until the fair. Because of course everything has to be taken down, and so we do get a little teeny break, and then we try to redo practices right before the big show.
Now this year there's a new component, isn't there? There's a whole new thing of revolving the queens.
Yes, we are throwing our first annual gala. And correct me if I'm wrong about that. But
We mentioned that, didn't we? Gala or gala?
yes, I've heard it said both ways. But
We don't follow. We're trendsetters, you and I. It's a gala.
yes, we can say it that way.
But this is a big deal. Tell us about this.
It is. Okay, so we do a speech every year, which counts as 40% of the girls judging. So we still are going to do that. And we have never added a dance or anything to that. And I thought, why not? Every year we are trying to add more and more to be able to support these ladies in what they do, because we want to be able to reward them as much as possible for all the hard work that they do. We want to put into a scholarship fund, and of course the gifts, they get better every year. We don't get all of our hard work just goes straight back to them, and that's what matters. But we are doing a silent auction and a dance, and it is going to be NFR Vegas themed. So you know how you see all the NFR awesome, so crazy outfits. That's what we want.
Yeah, this is cowboy, but ramped up a bit.
Yes, we want that here in Crockett. So
we're planning on buying a table and being there already, but now I'm terrified that I'm not going to be clean enough for the show. Well, it's amazing what y'all do, and the whole Crockett Lions Club that put on the whole show every year.
Yes.
Obviously, you ladies for doing this. I've gotten to know some of these young ladies, having interviewed them now 2, 3, maybe even 4 years in a row now.
I don't. I know definitely at least
3.
2 to 3. Yeah,
for sure. And they're all amazing, and what y'all do to sort of bring that out, and I can always tell just the confidence.
Yes.
Because all 4 of them, when they came in today, 4 or 5, however many we had, they all said, I said, are you nervous? Are you, no, I'm good. I said, are you no problem, go ahead. I'm ready to start. And usually that doesn't happen with kids their age.
Yes.
So the confidence they get. Well, thank you for coming by and for doing it and for making the young ladies available.
Thank you.
Is there anything I forgot to ask or compliment or mention?
I don't think so. We're just really excited, and we would love everyone's support in all of this. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. They are a huge, if not the biggest part of this, because we wouldn't be able to do it without them at all.
We'll get folks to hit y'all up on Facebook for information about the gala, and everything else coming up, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming out early this morning.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you.
At Darling Ingredients, we're more than a company. We're a driving force in transforming materials that others often view as waste into valuable products that feed animals, fertilize crops to fuel trucks and planes, and nourish people across the globe. From sustainable solutions that reduce food waste to innovative materials that shape industries, our work makes a meaningful impact in supporting daily life and demonstrates that sustainability and profitability can go hand in hand. From right here in Houston County to more than 15 countries around the world, Darling Ingredients, exactly as nature intended.
Camp Street Blues. Come join the celebration April 24th and 25th. Friday night, Texas Flood pays tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Saturday morning, it's the Car Truck Show and Shine and the Blues and Bones Dog Parade at 11. Come hear Crockett's own Mustang Red, the Misty Blues Band, blues guitarist Sue Foley, and headlining the fabulous Thunderbirds. Get your tickets now. Funded in part by the Houston County Hotel Occupancy Tax and Texas Commission on the Arts.
Well, folks, welcome back to Houston County News. And we actually have an interesting guest for you this week. It is a junior from Crockett High School, but not exactly from this part of the world. Sofiia, and I'm gonna try your name here because I'm just a good old boy from Texas. Is it Tishenkova?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, did I get that right?
Good job.
Well, by the way, it's Easter, so Христос воскресе.
Воистину воскрес.
Tell us about yourself. So I know you're from the area of Odessa in southern Ukraine, right? Now, I've actually been to Odessa.
Really?
Yes. I spent about a week there. I flew into Kiev and I took the train down. And the train got in at 6 o'clock in the morning. And check-in for my little hotel was at 3 o'clock.
Wow.
So I left my luggage and I just walked around Ukraine, not Ukraine, not like all Ukraine, but Odessa. Beautiful, beautiful, historic, old city. What was it like growing up in that part of the world?
It's interesting. We have a lot of different people from different kinds of, different countries because it's a port city. There's a lot of people from different nationalities. We have a lot of Jewish people there. Yes. We have a lot of Indian people, all of them.
Well, I know it was an old Greek city, I think,
Yeah, way
back in the day. But your family was able to leave the bad situation a few years back, right? Where did y'all go to from Ukraine?
We went to Spain, to a city of Granada.
Oh, that's also got a lot of history with the Moors and everything. And do you speak Spanish now, or how long have you been in Spain?
I've been in Spain for something like 3 years, maybe a little more, and I can understand Spanish, but it's hard for me to speak.
Right?
Yeah.
I know that's not true because I heard you speak a little Spanish the other day. Ukraine is a lot of times kind of a conservative country, and Spain is not conservative. Spain is woo. Was it like a culture shock for you to go from Ukraine to Spain?
A little bit. People there more open, much more open. They can just wear whatever they want, do whatever they want on the street. And at first it was kind of shocking a little bit.
Sure.
We were living in the area, in an old house, old building, and we had there wooden windows.
Okay.
And through these wooden windows we could see a nightclub.
Okay, right.
We could hear it.
Right.
Really bad.
Oh boy.
And
that doesn't help to sleep with the nightclub across the street. No.
So
well, even the clothing and the way the girls dress and stuff must have been a big shock from, Ukraine.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, speaking of culture shocks, welcome to Crockett, Texas. Now, explain to me how a young Ukrainian woman living in Spain finds Crockett, Texas on a map. How did that happen? How did you get here?
So I applied for a future leaders exchange program in my country, and I got a placement here. And I was like, first of all, I opened it on the map, and it was like a little round thingy, and I was like, interesting.
We call that the loop.
The loop.
Yes. So you got to choose between Hollywood, Honolulu, and Crockett. And you chose Crockett.
Exactly.
I appreciate it. No, you don't get to choose, do you? It depends on the families who want to host. So they send you over for a year of school.
For 10 months.
10 months, right. What were your first thoughts when they said, congratulations, you're going to Texas?
I immediately understood that I will have really American experience, Southern American experience. And I was like, wow, that's great, because, some people go to completely different places in the US, but I feel like Texas is the most American of all of them.
It's pretty American. It's pretty American. Well, I have friends in Europe and they say, oh, I know America. I've been to New York and Miami. I know everything about America. And you think, well, no, maybe not. Did you think you would come here and just all cowboys and guns and desert and
That's how I imagine it.
right? You thought, oh, I'll see the Alamo. And now, a lot of people in Europe don't really realize, Texas is about the size, I think, of Ukraine. Actually, it's bigger than France and Germany.
Yeah.
Did you realize just how big it is until you? Yeah.
I did not. On the Christmas, me and my host family went to a road trip to New Mexico. And we were driving through Texas like for hours.
Yes.
Straight, like 8 or 10 hours. And
It's about 12, 15 hours to New Mexico. Yeah, it's a long way. Pack a lunch. Always pack a lunch. So when you get here, I imagine you're nervous. Is my English good enough? What will school be like? Are there going to be bullies? Will I become a bully and just ruin people's lives? All these things in your brain. What was sort of your first reaction? You fly in, you come to Crockett, you see the ground, the host family. What are you thinking?
Before I came here, I expected like some culture shock immediately. I expected like roads look differently. I expected people look differently. But when I came here and just says that like we're all people, we're not really different, and it was pretty nice. I think I could get used to it pretty quickly.
Well, most people don't realize how kind people tend to be in Texas. We're all very open and nice, and how y'all doing? And come in and sit down. And a lot of times in Europe, and you know this, and in Ukraine and some Eastern European countries, people are not very kind. Just like when you first meet them.
I mean,
right? You say, because I, as a Texan, if I was in Ukraine, I'd be in the streets of Kiev and I'd be like, hey, dobre utro, hey, how you doing? And I would get this sort of this look like, who I. But if you meet somebody in Ukraine, let's say, after 10 minutes, they're your best friend for life, right? And so I can understand why some Europeans come to Texas and they don't quite believe that we're actually being nice to them. They think that's fake. Except for bless your heart. That's not a good thing. If they tell you, oh, we'll bless your heart, that means I don't like you very much. Okay. Let's talk about something extremely important, food.
No.
I know the images, we all eat fast food and burgers every day or whatever, but obviously now I'm sure you've been able to try barbecue and chicken fried steak and Tex-Mex. And how's the food been? Better, worse than you expected? About what you expected?
I didn't know much about Texas when I came here, so I thought it was like straight American cuisine, like burgers, French fries, Yeah. But when I came here, I realized that you eat a lot of Mexican food.
Yes, we do.
And I wasn't really familiar with Mexican food before, but here,
What's your favorite Mexican food?
Quesadillas.
A quesadilla, okay. Well, and of course it's much different than Spanish food.
Much different.
Talking about school, how has school been different over here? I know a lot of people are surprised. They feel like our schools sometimes are a little bit easier.
Oh, not a little bit, a lot of bit.
It's super easy.
Super easy.
Right. Why is that? Easy in what sense?
Comparing to a Spanish school, in Spanish school, we have a lot of projects, a lot of homework. So you come home and you still have to study 2 and more hours. Right. Here, you just do all your assignments here in the school. And when you are out of school, you're just free.
Well, and I think one big difference is it seems to me that in America, the schools really want you to do other things at school. Sports,
yes.
FFA, or other things. I know a lot of times in European schools, even at your age, you are supposed to know who you're going to, what profession you want to be. And how are you, 16, 17?
17.
17. I promise you, you don't know. You probably think you know, but that will change maybe 100 times in the next 5 years. And so I appreciated American schools being very, very open, because it really does. You go, oh, I hate science. And then a few months later, you go, wait a minute, I love science, right? What are your plans when you get back to Spain? I assume you're leaving sometime after the school year ends.
I'm leaving June 8th.
Right.
And I'm going to Ukraine. I'm not going to Spain straight.
Going to Ukraine?
Yeah, so I want to spend at least the summer in Ukraine. And here already have some plans.
You have friends, family there, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah. I'm going to work in a summer camp with children.
Good.
In the mountains. That's what I want to do.
Like in the Carpathians over there?
Yeah.
Have you been to Lvov or Lviv?
Yes.
Oh, it's so nice. I love that whole area over there. It's beautiful. Have you thought about what you've sort of learned by being here, what you're going to take back with you? Because somebody over there is going to say, you were in Texas? How is it? They didn't shoot you with their pistolete or whatever? What would you tell people when you go back home about Little Crockett, Texas?
I feel like a completely different person since I got here. Yeah. I feel like I've changed a lot, and Crockett, Texas, people here taught me a lot of things I didn't know before.
Good things, I hope.
So, yes.
Okay.
And, Crockett, Texas is a small community, but with such a good people, with such a nice-natured people, you don't, when you come here, you don't expect it to be so different, so,
authentic.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're very happy to have you here, and we hope you've enjoyed your time. We hope you'll come back, by the way, someday. I think you told me earlier you were thinking about doing something with being like a diplomat or an ambassador or something.
Yeah, that's what I want to do in the future.
Well, you could open the first, Ukraine consul in Crockett, Texas. And if anybody out there wants a visa to go to Ukraine, you should go see you in 10 years. And what do you think you're going to do eventually? Do you think you go to university like in Spain or back in Ukraine or maybe somewhere in America?
I want to try to go in the college here, but it probably will be in Spain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my family is there, and it's probably the easiest way.
What's the situation like right now in? I know in the East Ukraine it's always not good, but I think from about Odessa to the west, is it more stable now, or is it just as bad?
In Odessa, not at all, actually. Last month, they were striking it with missiles every night.
Yes.
And it's a red zone, so it's it's the same. It has the same level as Dnipro or Kharkiv.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that whole line there along the the river, and I think that I think Odessa's it's definitely in the sights there.
It's right next to Crimea, and they struck missiles from there. So.
Well, good luck to you. It's lovely to meet you. And come back and see us again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Houston County, Texas is a lot of things. It's our amazing cities and towns, Davy Crockett National Forest, and our fields and streams. It's cattle and lumber, manufacturing and tech support. It's national brands and mom and pops. It's our churches and it's our schools. For many of us, Houston County is home. Come visit us and see for yourself what makes this place special. Houston County, first in Texas history, first in our heart.
Thank y'all so much for watching this week's podcast. I hope y'all have a lovely Easter, catching up with your friends and family, and we hope to see y'all next week.